Hello everyone. It has been a long time since I've posted. Gosh, probably almost 2 years ago now, or very close to that. And in that time, I have had another baby who is turning 1 in like a week or two. I had a floral shop which ended up closing down, so I opened and closed my own business, and then I moved. So a lot has happened in my life. And I moved to a brand new neighborhood where there was no garden established at my house, and I've lived here for about a year now, so I'm working very slowly just to get things going. Of course, I have 2 kiddos now, but the front yard's looking really pretty, so I thought I'd show you. And the backyard looks really great too, so I'll have to get around to showing you guys a little tour of that. My pots looked fabulous for a while, but I forgot to water them for a few days, and I thought the rain that was happening in Houston was definitely watering them enough, but it wasn't. But you can just tell from how large it was. Just imagine this with all the purple and the white petunia blooms and the super bell blooms. It looked great. So I'm hoping that I can recoup it, but I still think it looks very cottagey. I'm still in love with like the cottage garden look and lots of colors. So there were lots of holly bushes. I don't like holly bushes. I dug them out. They get pokey. I don't like the shape. I like them if they're like a tree shape for privacy, but I don't like the small bushes in the front. I don't really love all their plant selection. I didn't get a say. So I've been kind of digging things out and putting things that I like instead. This year I focused on quite a bit of annuals, but I've also wanted to invest in some perennials and then maybe get a better feel next spring what else I want to do in the front. So as you can see, my favorite Mystic Spire salvia is dotted throughout. These are very young plants. I got them like literally like maybe, I don't even know the size. They were like $6, so they were very small. Some of them have grown well. I don't know how my sprinkler waters, so maybe some of them don't get enough water. We'll see. I'm thinking about digging out some more bushes and maybe they'll get watered more. I do have a Belinda's Dream rose. I have 2 of them. I need a deadhead. And I would honestly love to remove that bush, even though I don't mind those, but I would love to remove that and have 3 of Belinda's Dream right here. I have some Gara, which I just love. It's so wispy and pretty. And I would like also to add some more throughout the bed here. I have some Superbina that's spread really nicely. Maybe will come back, maybe not. And then this is some Veronica. It rained, so they lost all their blooms, but they really still have a nice shape. Of course, I have some Gulf Muley grass, and I would like to maybe get one more for over there to kind of mirror this side. I had this beautiful Cleome, which I'm a little upset I planted over here where you can't see it very well. It's kind of getting overwatered, but it's such a pretty plant, so I think I need to get more of them. This patch right here isn't doing great. Of course, with new neighborhoods, it's horrible soil. They put like sand. So I've been amending every plant as I plant it, but I think, it's like clay sand. Their feet just get so soggy and wet that it can, watering's difficult. I have some zinnias. These are not my zinnias I plant from seed, though I'd love to do that next spring. They were just from Houston Garden Center on sale, but I love like the salmony color. That one was more like a limey creme brulee color. I need to come out here and trim them because I know they'll grow taller if I do that. If you have followed me before, I grew lots of zinnias from seed and they got humongous. I can't remember what these are called, but they always are in the shade area every year at the garden center. And I put up this diamond trellis and I planted jasmine. It's doing pretty well. I planted this maybe like 2 weeks ago, and you can see the vines have spread and they're already starting to get some like new leaves. So I'm sure this will look great in no time, I'm hoping. Fun fact, that little dog was actually outside of my shop and we would decorate him for all the holidays. So I brought him home with me, and he's like my little memorabilia. I have quite a few things in my house that were from my shop, so it's a good little memory to have. I have some shade plants over here I got on like clearance at H-E-B. I'm not big into shade plants, so I don't even remember their name. But yeah, got those from H-E-B. They're doing good over here. At first I had them at the front of the porch and they were just getting shriveled up, and they're much happier back there. And let me show you this little side part of my driveway I've been working on. So our driveways are very narrow here. I'm used to having a like circle drive, but my garage was like facing sideways. Anyways, I had a lot more room to get in and out of the car. Here we do not. So I'm doing this little limestone area so we can get out of our car easier, but really I need to carry it further out because this kind of is right where we open the door. So I'm planning to bring this out further, move this pot with the other pot, and do a like limestone pathway, because we also, like, our delivery drivers have to squeeze between our cars. So I'd like to do a limestone path right here with these pots flanking the path. But and finally, our neighbors, like I said, this is a new build. We finally got like a landscaped yard next to us. So we've lived here for a year, and there has been construction all around us. We were the first house on the street, and we have finally just had the houses all in all directions of us built. So yeah, so here I did a mix of like shade plants, because this does get shade in the evening, and I know these crepe myrtles will get larger. Some of these didn't do so well. I think that's called an ajuga. It got blasted by the sun. It looks like it may be coming back, so I'm hopeful. But I did some like mondo grass and monkey grass, things like that. I did some salvia. I planted these two close together, but I'm letting them kind of hang out here, and I'll probably move them around as they get a little bit more mature. And we're finally getting blooms on our crepe myrtles. They're very pretty. I know people don't really like crepe myrtles. I thought I didn't, but they're actually really beautiful. I just don't like that they're not evergreen, but the blooms kind of make it worth it. And then right here we have a Peggy Martin. So this one I've treated horribly. Sat on the side of my house for a good, 6 months in the heat. I didn't think I had a few of them actually. They all died. This one came back to life. And then I just quickly planted it one day. I was like, I need to get it in the ground. And I planted it directly into the crappy clay sand soil. So it has had a tough go. It's been in the ground maybe for 3 months now, 3-4 months. And you know, it's barely grown. I think I'm gonna go back in the fall, amend it, fertilize it. But as we know, Peggy Martins are very resilient. So I'm hoping that she'll grow up and around. I think that would be really pretty. So I'm hopeful that she'll work out. And right here, this was actually like a salvaged plant from Christmas time. I originally had one of these plants. I don't know what these are called. Wax myrtles or ligustrums. I don't like these at all. Actually, I would love to replace these with boxwoods or something else, but they're okay right now. I probably need to dig them out before the roots get too big. But anyways, I had one right here and it provided no structure. So I liked this cone shape. This is an evergreen. I need to give it some good fertilizer, and hoping these like little bald spots fill in eventually. They have to, right? But I like the cone shape that it provides. So thanks for watching. I hope to do some more formal garden tours soon, show you guys the back, and yeah, I'm starting from scratch here, so it's definitely different than my last house, but I'm excited. Bye y'all.